but to beat him. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station. So come and join us, all you kids, for lots of fun and laughter, as Roger Ramjet and his men get all the crooks they're after. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station.
Today's exciting episode begins in Washington, D.C. General G.I. Brassbottom, chief of the Army's Counter-Bad Guy Division, calls Roger Ramjet on the hotline.
Ramjet, come to Washington immediately. Come in.
Roger Ramjet, internationally famous good guy, devil-may-care flying fool, and inventor of the Ramjet proton energy pill, which, when taken as directed by a physician, gives me the strength of 20 atom bombs for 20 seconds. Reporting, sir.
Ramjet, take a look at this map.
You mean this one?
Yes, Roger. May I call you Roger?
Roger.
Splendid, Ramjet. Now, take a close look at the map.
Thumping Thunderbird, sir. Does this mean that those arch-fiends, the no-goods, have a machine that's destroying our cities?
No, it means those arch-fiends, the no-goods, have a machine that's destroying our tiny little light bulbs.
Malfunctioning missiles, sir. That means every refrigerator in the country will be dark. No one will know what to eat.
Exactly. And when the entire nation becomes weak from hunger, the no-goods will take over. Now, what's your plan?
I plan to find that diabolical machine before it's too late.
Then hurry. They just got Chillicothe, Ohio. Good luck, Roger, you rotten kind of
What little does Roger Ramjet know that the man behind this devilish plot is none other than the notorious mad scientist, Dr. Ivan Evilkisser.
In a few hours, my super electrostatic filament fragmentizer will have extinguished every tiny little light bulb in America.
But what about Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles and the people that fly?
Who's afraid of Ramjet and those rotten kids?
We are. Me and both of us together.
In order for Ramjet to reach us, he'll have to fly straight through that innocent-looking cloud, which is in reality a cloud of sleep inducer. By the time he wakes up, it will be too late to stop us.
Dr. Evilkisser, you're the greatest, nicest, swell. You're not so weird.
And while Roger Ramjet sleeps, his plane is headed straight for a huge mountain known as Better Not Peak. Meanwhile, in the ready room of the American Eagle Squadron, Yank, Doodle, and Dee watch while Dan tries to contact Roger Ramjet.
Roger should have located the no-goods hideout by now. Then why can't we reach him on the incredibly high-frequency telecommunicator? Yeah, how come?
What if you turn on this switch, Mark? Turn on this switch.
Good thinking, Dee. Fizzling fallout, Roger's sound asleep. He's headed straight for Better Not Peak. Come on, gang, we've got to save him. One for all and all for one, the Eagles fly till the job is done.
Hey, boys, you forgot to brush your teeth.
There's Roger's ship, Phyllis, but how do we wake him up? Say, Hank, did you bring your bugle? Sure, that's it. I'll play Reveille into the intercom.
Who? What? Where? When? Why?
Wake up, Roger. You're about to crash into a mountain.
Oh, I thought I'd been drafted again. Oh, now to destroy that machine.
Who's there?
Ramjet calling.
Who?
It's me.
You mean it's I?
No, it's not. It's me, Roger Ramjet. The game is up, evil kisser.
Get him. It takes 5 seconds for that pill to work.
Just 2 more seconds until the pill goes into effect.
18, 19, 20.
Well, that ought to hold him, eh, boys?
Rats,
Nuts.
curses, things of that nature.
Ramjet's proton energy
Roger Ramjet, I salute you. Once more, you've saved your country. Goodbye and good... Roger, you're a scamper.
And so, once again, the good guys triumph over the bad guys, thanks to Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles. Today's episode begins in the headquarters of the American Eagle Squadron.
Boys, I've just received an important assignment. Drat, gotta fix that thing. Yes, I'm to be the official bodyguard for the Sheik of Lompokia during his visit to America.
The Sheik of Lompokia? Isn't he the world's richest man?
Correct. And there are rumors of a plot to kidnap him.
Butter and space capsules, Roger. Be careful.
Oh, never fear, Yank. The Sheik is in good hands with Ramjet.
And a short time later, when the Sheik's plane arrives at Lasagna Airport, Roger Ramjet is there to meet him.
Well, this must be the place. I say you should do something about that first step, huh?
Bid you welcome, Your Highness.
As we say in my country, Alka ake ale kalmus.
Well, thank you, Your Highness. What does that mean?
Well, it means there's a guy behind you with a great big gun.
And the Sheik was right, for standing behind Roger Ramjet was none other than the notorious bad guy, Noodles Romanoff.
What do you expect, Smokey the Bear? Okay, you guys, into the car.
I'm sorry, my mother told me never to accept rides from strangers. But we are old friends, aren't we?
And subsequently, Roger and the Sheik find themselves imprisoned within the grim confines of Lautenschlager's pickle factory.
The cops will never find us here, eh, boys?
Never, right?
That's very unlikely.
No,
sir.
Now all we have to do is hold the Sheik until his country pays us the $1 million ransom. Then we'll let him go. Maybe.
Well, you have a long wait, Romanoff. It's Saturday and all the banks are closed.
That's okay, Your Highness. Too bad you're tied up for the weekend.
This is a fine mess you've gotten us into, Roger. How do we escape now?
Well, what if we yell help at the top of our lung?
And no fair yelling help at the top of your lung, either.
Meanwhile, back at American Eagle Squadron headquarters, Yank, Doodle, and Dan are worried.
Roger should have been back by now. Do you suppose something could have happened?
I know something has happened.
How do you know?
I read ahead in the script. Roger and a Sheik are being held prisoners, and we gotta save them.
Come on, gang, let's go!
One for all and all for one. The Eagles fly till the job is done.
But as the American Eagles near Lautenschlager's pickle factory, they find it surrounded by the no-goods.
They've got the place surrounded. How can we get in to save Roger and the Sheik?
I got it. We'll disguise ourselves as a delivery. Follow me.
What do you want?
I got a delivery of pickles. You want to sign for them?
Okay, here you are. And this is for you.
A dime! A whole dime! Wow! 10 cents! Gee! The 10th part of $1! Wow! Oh, boy! A dime!
Get out of here.
Now let's rescue Roger.
No offense, Ramjet, but you're beginning to bore me. Isn't there some way of escape?
Roger, are you all right?
No, my left foot went to sleep. I can't feel a thing.
Here, take this proton energy pill. It gives you the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds.
Hurts!
Roger, I don't know how to thank you.
Oh, that's all right, Your Highness. If you're writing a check, the name is spelled...
I say here's something of priceless value.
Why, Your Highness, it's the size of a pig's egg.
Yes, Roger.
What is it?
It's a pig's egg. A rare delicacy in my country.
That's all, folks.
As today's episode begins, Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron are winging their way towards Slag Heap, Pennsylvania, and the Eastern Regionals of the National Arm Wrestling Championships, where Roger is to throw out the first elbow.
Say, gang, I didn't know we had to fly over the ocean to get to Pennsylvania. But I guess Roger knows what he's doing.
Ramjet to Eagles. Prepare to land. Well, here we are, boys. Say, this airport looks kind of deserted.
Are you sure this is the right place, Roger?
It's marked right here on this map of Pennsylvania.
Roger, that's not Pennsylvania, it's Transylvania.
Oh, Transylvania, Pennsylvania. What's the difference as long as... Did you say Transylvania?
Hey, that's where all the vampires and the werewolves come.
Great Scott! What was that?
It didn't sound like Lassie.
Well, I think we'd better be on our way. Come on, Yank and Doodle and Dan and Doodle. Where is Doodle?
Sure enough, Doodle had suddenly vanished. And as Roger and the boys searched for the missing American eagle, they came to a mysterious-looking castle.
I wonder who or what lives here.
I'll just ring the bell and find out. Hi there. We just happened to be in the neighborhood and thought we'd...
What did he say?
Well, he said...
That's what I thought he said.
Suddenly, another figure appeared in the doorway.
Permit me to introduce myself. I am Count Batguy, your friendly vampire-in-chief. Welcome to Pennsylvania.
I believe that's Transylvania.
It is? No wonder I can never get the Pirates' baseball games on the radio.
Your Countship, we're looking for a friend who's disappeared.
Perhaps I can help you, but it is nearly dinner time. Won't you come in for a bite?
All of a sudden, I'm not very hungry.
Where are your manners, boys? We'll be delighted to accept your hospitality, Count.
Wonderful.
Once inside the Count's castle, Ramjet revealed his plans to the boys.
There's dirty work afoot, lads.
Yeah, look at my shoes.
And we're going to get to the bottom of it.
You should fix that rotten floor!
Roger, Yank, and Dan found themselves reunited within the dungeon of Count Batguy's castle.
Gosh, Doodle, are we glad to see you. What happened? Jumping jet streams, he's in a trance. Hey, Doodle, wake up.
That evil Count Batguy has hypnotized him. We've got to snap him out of it.
I know how. Watch this. One cheeseburger with everything coming out.
Hey, I'm hungry. Is it time to eat?
Hooray, Doodle is okay. Now let's find a way out of here.
Too bad, my friends, but you will never leave here alive.
Sorry to disappoint you, Batguy, but I will now take a Ramjet proton energy pill, which gives me the strength of 20 atom bombs for 20 seconds. Then I shall destroy your evil castle altogether.
Quickly, Sheldon, seize him.
4, 5.
And just as he'd promised, Roger Ramjet had destroyed Count Batguy's evil castle.
Come on, lads. We're going...
And once more, good triumphs over evil, thanks to Roger Ramjet and his American Eagles. Today's episode begins in Cape Canaveral, Connecticut, where Roger Ramjet's latest invention, the PS-89 superpowered intercosmic missile, is about to blast off on its maiden flight into outer space.
Ramjet, I'm sure this missile will go higher than any missile in history.
General, I like your altitude.
That's terribly amusing, Ramjet, but I hardly...
Suddenly, the final countdown begins.
5, 4,
3.
What was it?
3.
Thank you. 3, 2. Good.
No, 1.
No, 1.
Fine.
Thanks.
There is a boom.
Glorioski, General, it's out of sight already.
You're right, Ramjet, but in the wrong direction.
And sure enough, due to some slight miscalculation, Ramjet's giant missile had taken off in reverse. And due to the missile's tremendous thrust, it traveled straight through the center of the Earth, leaving a gigantic hole.
Well, I guess it's back to the old drawing board, sir.
Not so fast, Ramjet. We've got a huge hole on our hands here.
And indeed they did, for it soon became apparent that the hole was a major problem.
Well, so long, Myrtle.
And straight through to the other side of the world.
I told you those shirts wouldn't be ready till Thursday, Friday the latest.
This thing is getting heavy, Harry. Ooh. I got it! I got it! You get it!
But that wasn't the worst of it.
It wasn't?
No, because the hole was causing a tremendous high-pitched whistling sound as the Earth rotated. Which soon began to have a terrible effect on the eardrums of the world.
Oh, ooh, I can't stand it.
Actually, sacre bleu!
Betcha.
Yahoo! Heck of a noise, ain't it, Hubert?
Something had to be done. A reward was offered by the United Nations to the first person who could successfully plug up the hole. Sylvester Farquhar of Lompoc, California, tried it with a giant cork.
There you are, gentlemen. I told you.
And the American Dental Association suggested a huge porcelain filling, but it would have taken 6 weeks to get an appointment.
I got it. Why not pour sand in that huge hole?
That's why.
Just thought I'd ask.
Meanwhile, at the headquarters of the American Eagle Squadron...
Well, Roger, have you come up with the answer?
Oh, what was the question?
What are you going to do about that giant hole?
Giant mole? What giant mole?
Wait, I've got it. An elevator.
An elevator?
Yes, an elevator. The first trans-world elevator going straight through the center of the Earth. Not only did it fill the hole and stop the terrible whistling noise, but it gave everyone a chance to travel to faraway lands.
Going down. Face the front, please. Next stop, Formosa, Borneo, Sumatra, and Pismo Beach. Watch your step, please.
And once more, the world is a nicer place to live, thanks to the ingenuity of Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle. Today's speedy episode takes Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron to Kokomo, Indiana, for the running of the Kokomo Full 40 Full 40 Full Full Full. Full. Just look at those driving daredevils who'll compete in this great speed classic.
Well, American Eagles, aren't you glad I could get you tickets for this great race?
I'll say, Roger, and they only cost us $10 apiece.
Think nothing of it, boys. Glad to do it.
Can we see the car you're driving in the race, Roger?
Certainly. Follow me into the pits.
Well, boys, who do you think is going to win?
You are, boss,
sir. Guy.
You bet I am. And if any of them other drivers get in my way, they'll think they're swimming upstream on a Hollywood freeway.
Certainly a lot of traffic out here for a racetrack. Well, there she is, boys. What do you think of Ramjet's rammer?
It's murder to send up a kid in a crate like that.
Very funny. Just wait till the rammer brings home first prize.
I hope first prize doesn't weigh too much. You'll need something to bring home the rammer.
Will all contestants please roll their racing machines to the starting line? The Kokomo 444 is about to get underway.
I say, old thing, allow me to wish you an afternoon of racing luck.
Say there. I saw what you'd done to that man. That's heinous. I suppose you know what that's going to do to my gas mileage.
May the fastest car win. Gentlemen, start your engines. Gentlemen, turn on your keys. Hey, you guys, get them cars out of here.
Hey, maybe you ought to feed it some sugar.
Now that's enough of that kind of talk.
Ramjet, can't you keep your toys out of the driveway?
But Ramjet and the rammer weren't to be caught sitting all day.
Hurry, Roger, it's getting dark. Noodles is feeding everybody.
I'll say he is. Ah, there we are. Now to win this race.
Look at Roger Ramjet go. He's passing cars as though they were standing still. And in fact, they are standing still, next to Noodles Romanoff and his dirty tricks. Well, It looks like I'm gonna be champion after all. Think of all the money I'm gonna win and all the endorsements I can make.
I wouldn't be too sure about that, Romanov.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have no idea how difficult it makes to see.
And these tacks ought to stop you. Get the point?
And here they come. Head to head, wheel to wheel. It looks like a photo finish. We'll have to wait for the picture to see who won.
Gee, Roger, you were great, even if you don't win.
Well, thanks, boys, but I'm sure I won.
How do you know?
Because it was a photo finish, and... Aha, there's the picture now. You see, boys, Noodles is such a hand that he always stops to pose when he sees a camera.
Gee, boss, you lost. Failed. You blew it.
Stupid.
You
And once again, perseverance, determination, and camera shyness win for Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles. Today's episode begins in the ready room of the American Eagle Squadron, where Yank, Doodle, and Dan are watching the last game of the World Series.
Boy, I sure hope the Rockets win. Today's extra special because Roger Ramjet is going to throw out the first ball.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. This is your play-by-play announcer, Vincent Yafnaro, about to bring you the thrills of this championship ball game between the Rockets and the Chickens. The Rockets are favored to win because of their all-around superstar, fabulous Fungo Fenivesi. And now the game is about to get underway, and the first ball will be thrown out by that all-around devil-may-care good guy, Roger Ramjet.
Good luck to all of you men. May the better team win.
But just as Roger is about to throw out the ball, Noodles Romanoff, the archest no-good of all, takes the ball from Roger and hits fabulous Fungo whatever that is, on the beezer.
Leaping lizards, Noodles Romanoff just being fabulous Fungo Fenivesi, and they think Roger did it.
Ramjet, do you know what you've done?
Well,
You hit my number 5, the greatest center fielder I got to play there. Now we're going to lose them other fellas, and maybe not even win or anything. Now I got nobody to be out there when they hit the ball or bat, and I hate you altogether.
Never fear, I'll take his place. It's the least I can do.
That's wonderful.
And sure enough, Roger Ramjet takes his position as the game gets underway.
Listen, you guys, we got 50,000 clams bet against the Rockets. We better make sure that Ramjet doesn't win a game for us.
Right, Chief.
Boss,
boss.
It was soon apparent that Roger Ramjet was in grave danger, for Noodles Romanoff and the no-goods were up to no good at all.
Okay, kids, stick it in there.
It's a hot smash to short. Owie! The shortstop picks him up and fires him. That's right, he fires Roger Ramjet over to first base.
No vote. I say, Mr. Ramjet, sir, I don't mean to complain, but if you keep this up, I'm going to need a much bigger glove.
Come on, gang, Roger needs our help. We'll bring him one of his Ramjet proton energy pills. They give him the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds.
One for all and all for one. The Eagles fly till the job is done.
Meanwhile, back at Rocket Stadium...
Roger Ramjet is certainly having trouble out there, fans.
I've got it! I've got it!
Strike 3. You're out of there.
Them Rockets ain't got a chance, thanks to us no-goods.
Not a chance. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Never.
West Virginia.
It's the last half of the ninth, and the Rockets trail 2-0. Their star, Roger Ramjet, looks completely bushed.
The crowd thought if Ramjet could get a crack at that, they'd put up even money with Roger at the bat. But Dorf preceded Ramjet, and likewise so did Jake. The former was quite kooky, and the latter was a flake.
Hey, Dorf let drive a single to the winnerman of all.
And the much-despised Jake, he tore the cover off the ball.
And as the dust is lifting and I see what has occurred, there is Jakey safe at second.
And Dorf Hagen first, second. And that will bring up Roger Ramjet.
Quick, Roger, take this Ramjet proton energy pill.
Quick, pitch the ball. It takes 5 seconds for that pill to work.
Strike 1. Strike 2.
Roger Ramjet has hit a home run with 2 men on base. The Rockets win the game and are champions of the world, thanks to Roger Ramjet and his big bat.
Somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright. Somewhere bands are playing and somewhere hearts are light. Somewhere there's a traffic jam with cars and jeeps and trucks.
But thanks to Roger Ramjet, I blew $50,000.
Gosh, Roger, are you really going to a western town?
Yes, I've been elected Grand Marshal of the famous Lompoc Flower Festival. They want me to throw out the first hollyhock.
Goodbye, Roger. Good luck.
Oh, I'm flying out west on the old paper trail. Gonna stop in and visit with Roy and Dale. Come a tie, yippee, 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 come a tie.
Yahoo! I lassoed me a huge bird.
We sure enough did, brother. Bet that thing lays eggs bigger than a basketball.
Hey, looky there. It's opening its mouth.
What is the meaning of this outrage?
Imagine that. A talking bird. Must be one of them parakeets.
Now, see here,
Hey, that's not a bird. Look at that strange costume. Looks like one of those men from outer space.
You're right, Kronk. He's a Martian. Don't move, Martian, or we'll drill you.
Don't you recognize me? I'm Roger Ramjet.
Oh, yeah? And I'm the Lone Ranger. Now get them hands up.
Now, you men are making a serious mistake. I'm on my way to Lompoc.
What do you mean we're making a mistake? You ever been to Lompoc in the summertime?
Never mind that. He's a Martian. And I bet he was scouting around for a place where they could all land and do evil things on our prairie.
I've had enough of this foolishness. Just who are you?
We're the Height brothers. I'm Gazunt. This here's my brother Kronk. We're the most dreaded outlaws in Burnt Stump County.
Are there many outlaws in Burnt Stump County?
Nah, just him and me, and our other brother.
There's another one?
Sure. Hey, horse, come on over here.
I see. Well, it's been nice meeting you, gentlemen. Now I really must be going.
You ain't going nowhere, Martian. We're gonna...
Indians! Run for cover, boys!
Nonsense. There are no hostile Indians anymore.
Yeah, you know that. And I know that, but them Indians don't know that.
Must be the Cleveland Indians.
Boys, we're surrounded. What are we gonna do?
Hold on there, Redskins. I said hold on there. We want to make a deal with you.
What deal, dumb cowboy outlaw guy?
If you let us go, we'll give you a real live margin. Looky here.
Are you stupid or something? That Roger Ramjet, him all-American good guy type flying hero.
That's funny. That's what he said.
Chief Custer, I don't know how to thank you.
How about you give us back Oklahoma?
Well, sorry I can't do that, but how about 2 tickets to Mary Poppins?
No, just give me ride in your plane. Boy, this plane is something. Everybody look like tiny little ants.
Those are tiny little ants, Chief. We haven't left the ground yet. Beautiful, isn't it, Chief? Chief?
Me hate you, Ramjet.
What's wrong, Chief? I brought you all the way to Lompoc for the Flower Festival.
Me got hay fever. Chippewa. Geronimo. Apache.
Today's exciting episode begins in the headquarters of the American Eagle Squadron, where our young flying heroes, Yank, Doodle, and Dan, are looking forward to lunch.
I'm going shopping now, boys. What do you want me to buy for lunch?
The usual, Dee. Right, fellas?
Yeah, a large butterscotch pizza and a gooseberry malted. Yum!
And so the little homemaker Dee sets out for Uncle Murray's family pizza parlor, unaware that she's being followed.
Say, are you following me?
Who, me? As a matter of fact, yes.
Yes, Noodles Romanoff, the arch-enemy of Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles, has kidnapped Dee.
I wonder what's keeping Dee. She should have been back an hour ago. I'm getting worried.
Me too. I hope nothing happened to that pizza.
Suddenly, a round, flat object comes hurtling through the window.
Whistling wind tunnels. And look, there's a message written in pepperoni.
Who can read pepperoni?
We have kidnapped the young lady. We will release her in exchange for plans to Roger Ramjet's new secret jet plane. Signed, a friend. Friend nothing. That's Noodles Romanoff's pepperoni writing. We better contact Roger immediately. Doodle, put that down. You're eating the ransom note.
And while the Eagles try to locate Roger Ramjet, Dee is being held prisoner by Noodles and the No-Goods.
You won't get away with this, you terrible crook. Wait till Roger Ramjet hears about this.
We're not afraid of Roger Ramjet, girlie. What do you think of that?
You have a funny nose.
You really know how to hurt a guy, don't you, kid?
And as Dee struggled in the No-Goods hideout, the American Eagle Squadron was not lying down on the job.
Jumping jet strings, fellas. What are we gonna do?
Call a pizza place that delivers.
I mean about Dee. We'll make a house-to-house search.
And they did.
You seen a little girl-type kid around here?
No, and close that door. There's a draft.
Draft? Myrtle, I've been drafted.
Good. Has a little girl with a pizza order stumbled by here?
No chicken, no pizza, asshole.
Has anybody seen Dee?
No!
Why don't we contact Roger Ramjet?
Because at that very moment, Roger Ramjet was about to leave for the Auto Mechanics Annual Convention, where he was invited to throw out the first transmission.
Goodbye, Roger, and goodbye.
Meanwhile, back at the No-Goods hideout,
Listen, you no-goods. As long as you're holding me prisoner, let's get this place cleaned up. It's a horrendous mess.
We're not cleaning up nothing.
If you don't, I'll scream.
Heh, go ahead.
Listen, gang, a high scream.
Ice cream? I'll have butterscotch.
No, listen, that's Dee. I recognize that broken glass anywhere. Come on, gang, let's go. Follow that scream!
Sorry, I don't go into the park at night.
Hey, wait, it's coming from that old house over there.
Stop! Cut it out! I can't stand it! I'm not going.
Hey, the screaming stopped. We better break the door down.
Boy, am I glad to see you kids. Take this little siren away before she goes off again.
Dee, you captured the kidnappers. How did you do it?
Oh, it was easy. Watch.
once again the forces of evil are thwarted with absolutely no help from Roger Ramjet by the brave American Eagle Squadron. Today's episode begins in the swank but expensive apartment of Roger Ramjet, where Roger and his faithful companions of the American Eagle Squadron are watching their favorite TV show, Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron. When suddenly,
Tumbling turbojets. It's a robot.
Click. Yes, be alarmed. We are the solenoid robots from the planet Blitz. Click. We are taking over your country. You shall all become... you will become our slaves.
Palpitating propellers, Roger. How can they do that?
Very simple. We have taken control of your television frequencies. We're your friendly FCC from outer space. If you do not surrender, we shall begin showing nothing but reruns of used car commercials. We now return you to your studio for an interlude of organ music.
and sure enough, hovering high above the United States, just west of Walla Walla, the solenoid robots take control of all television stations from their spaceship.
Just a few more of these old used car commercials, and the whole country will be very tired, and we will take over.
But in Washington, our government isn't taking this threat lying down.
Get up, sir. The solenoid robots are taking over the country. You can't even get what's my line no more.
Is it bigger than a bread box? Wait. We'll send the Air Force to attack those rotten channel jammers.
But unbeknown to General G.I. Brassbottom, the solenoid robots have spread a magnetic force field around their ship, and neither planes, nor bullets, nor rockets, nor sticks, nor stones can penetrate it. Even the Navy with their 16-inch guns fail. And the Army can't penetrate the barrier. Even the Marines are unsuccessful.
Here's one for Noel Coward.
Can no one stop the robot attack?
Get me Roger Ramjet on the hotline.
Hey, Ramjet, there's a call for you down here on the hotline.
Oh! Roger, the robots are taking over our nation. What can we do?
Let me get back to you on that, sir. Well, Dan, do you have the answer yet?
I think so, Roger. We'll use a series of granulated franostatic polarized light rays to pierce the magnetic barrier.
It's an old trick, but it just might work. Come on, gang. Let's scramble.
One for all and all for one. The Eagles fly till the job is done.
And moments later, Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles are winging their way toward the robot spaceship.
Now to break through the invisible barrier.
We're through. It worked. Now to deal with these mechanical meatballs.
Roger Ramjet, you're not mad, are you?
You're through, you metal monster. I'm going to take you apart. Here, give me a wrench. Oh, ouch! Not that kind. That kind. There.
Golly, Roger, you saved our country and our beloved television.
Now we can return to Earth just in time to see that neat movie, Hoot Gibson and Who Blew My Saddle Horn.
And so ends another exciting adventure with Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles. As today's athletic episode begins, we find everybody's hero, Roger Ramjet, reading his morning paper.
Oh, drat. Constant interruptions. I don't know why. Hello.
Ramjet, your country is in trouble. You've got to represent your country in the tennis tournament with the Australians.
But I haven't played tennis for years, General. My lob may be a bit rusty.
You've got to do it, man. Good luck.
Australia's tennis team consisted of only one player, a remarkable kangaroo named Pancho Pouch.
Okay, Pancho, that should do it. Enough practice for today. Let's get you a shower. I want you to be ready for the match tomorrow.
I certainly hope I can win this match for my country. I'll give it my all. Anyway, it isn't whether you play the game that's important, it's whether you win or lose. No, it isn't whether you win or lose.
And so the stage was set for the biggest tennis match of the century. But little to no one's surprise, evil elements had crept into the scene in the person of that notorious bad guy, Noodles Romanoff.
Now, you sure you got it straight?
You bet, Noodles Romanoff. When no one ain't looking, I jump into the kangaroo's pouch.
Right. And you take this tennis racket and these extra balls and help the kangaroo win. Then we collect all the money what we bet on the kangaroo.
And so Noodles Romanoff has hatched another dirty plot.
Airplane, if you don't stop tripping me, I'm
You
going...
must be Roger Ramjet. I'm the Australian coach. You're very clumsy for a tennis player.
The General thinks I'm very clumsy for a jet pilot, too. So let's get on with the tennis tournament.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ball Stadium, where we are just about to begin the crucial tennis tournament between Roger Ramjet of the USA and Pancho Pouch of Australia. The players are warming up now.
Are the umpires ready? Very good. Now the participants ready?
Yes, oh great referee.
Commence play.
Roger Ramjet has won the spin and will begin serving.
Here goes. That's funny. I could swear I saw 2 tennis balls.
Point to Pouch. He leads love 15.
Roger Ramjet is having a great deal of trouble out here, tennis fans. He trails in the match by 2 sets, and he must win this game or lose the tournament.
Only one more game and I win my bet.
I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to take one of my famous proton energy pills and really get going.
incredible, ladies and gentlemen. This is the greatest tennis match I've ever seen. Roger Ramjet has tied up the match and gone ahead. He needs just one more point to win the match.
I've got to put everything into this one. I can't forget my tennis etiquette. The winning player must jump over the net and congratulate the losing player.
I'm not taking the rap alone. Noodles Romanoff is in this, too.
Noodles Romanoff, where?
Right there.
Stop that tennis bum!
Ow, ouch, stop already. I bruise easily.
Romanoff, we're going to put you away in a nice jail for a long time.
I never should have got into this tennis racket.
And so once again, good has triumphed over bad thanks to the heroic efforts of Roger Ramjet and his tennis sneakers. As today's exciting episode begins, Roger Ramjet is being briefed by Colonel Jackie Shorts of the Army Undercover Department.
Ramjet's assignment calls for daring and cunning, two of my best men, who happen to be on another case right now, so we'll have to use you.
I understand, sir.
You're to spend a lot of time with a certain beautiful woman.
But, sir, I'm already spoken for. A girl back home wears my Captain Kangaroo pin.
Well, never mind that, Ramjet. This is an order. You're to gain the confidence of the world's most dangerous female agent, Jacqueline Hyde.
Jacqueline Hyde?
Yes, Ramjet, but be careful not to divulge any top military secrets.
Oh, don't worry, Colonel. I'll play dumb.
Yes, Ramjet, I'm sure you will. And while she's trying to pry information from you, you're to learn the names of her contacts so we can smash the entire spy ring.
How will I recognize this woman, Colonel?
Well, she'll probably ask a lot of questions and try to poison you.
Never fear, sir. I'll watch my step.
Great Scott, Ramjet, what happened?
Oh, sorry, sir. I was so busy watching my step, I stepped on my watch.
And later that evening, Roger Ramjet entered the Gloomy Sunday, a combination malt shop and chicken store, which was a known hangout for spies and bad guys.
I wonder if I'm in the right place. Ooh, now that's what I call carelessness.
Suddenly, Ramjet saw a stranger across a crowded room.
Pardon me, lady, but don't I know you from somewhere?
Sit down, handsome. You're Roger Ramjet, aren't you, darling?
I think so. Let me see. No, I'm Robert Hall. Oh, no, I'm Roger Ramjet. Here it is. But how did you know?
A little Bertie told me. In fact, I'd like you to meet him. A little Bertie. Could you step over here for a moment?
Yeah.
This is Roger Ramjet.
Little Bertie, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, little Bertie.
And while Roger Ramjet is being rendered unconscious, at American Eagle Squadron headquarters, the troops are worried.
I'm worried, gang. We haven't heard from Roger for hours.
Let's see if we can contact Roger on the telecommunicator. Turn it on.
You got the wrong channel, jerk. I'm not even in this episode.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Roger's in trouble. Those guys are spies. Come on, gang. We've got to save him again. One for all and all for one. The Eagles fly till the job is done.
As the American Eagle Squadron speeds to the rescue, Jacqueline Hyde and her ring of spies are subjecting Roger to diabolical tortures.
Very well, Ramjet, darling. Let's see how you stand up under the ancient Chinese water torture. Now talk. All right, we was hoping we wouldn't have to resort to this. Little Bertie, rack it up. We'll see how he stands up under 4 hours of Vera Gruber-Ralston movies. Who is it? Eastern Union. You the lady who sent for 4 hours of Vera Gruber-Ralston movies?
Here, Roger, quick. Take this proton energy pill. It gives you the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds.
Quick, Bertie, darling, stop him. That pill takes 5 seconds to work. Ramjet's proton energy pills have done the job again.
What did he say?
No one may ever know for sure what Roger did say, but he had destroyed the evil spy ring and made this a happier, nicer, neater, richer, bigger, niftier, gooder, rounder, shorter, dumber, Today's talented episode begins in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where Bart Pertz, the promoter of the Miss America pageant, has a problem. Somebody's stealing all the talent. Which was the truth. With just a few hours before the Miss America contest to pick the most beautiful and talented girl in America, the contestants were disappearing like co-eds at a Dartmouth weekend.
Now, what are we going to do, Mr. Pertz? Without the beautiful girls, our pageant will be a disaster. And we'll look dumb and foolish and stupid, and no one will take us seriously anymore. What's the matter, Mr. Pertz? Is your collar too tight, huh?
No, you fool. I always keep my finger here when I'm worried. We've got to get help. Someone has to find out who's stealing all our pretty contestants and where they're being kept. Well, boys and girls, this sounds like a job for Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron, doesn't it?
How about we get Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron?
Hey, great idea. Call him.
I'm not falling for that one again. Every time I get a call on the hotline, I pick it up and burn my hand, but not this time. Oh, no.
Hello, Ramjet. I want to talk to you about the Miss America contest.
Did you say you want me to be a judge in the... Ooh!
Now, here's our problem. When his warm and wonderful Bart Pertz explained the dilemma to Roger, the evil doings were still going on.
I don't even know you! Put me down, you fresh machine!
It soon became apparent that those despicable monsters from outer space, the solenoid robots, were the ones behind this fiendish plot.
Soon we will have captured all the beauty queens in America. Then we will enter our own queen in the contest. No other contestants in the pageant, but our queen will win, won't you, my dear?
You bet your sweet mallet.
And as the diabolical plot unfolds, Roger Ramjet is hard at work trying to track down the evildoers.
I have it. If these bad things are happening only to beauty contestants, I must become a beauty contestant. That way I'll be captured and can free all the others. Good thinking on my part. There, that ought to do it. Now to take a stroll through Central Park.
Well, it looks like they've reached the bottom of the barrel. It looks like they've reached the barrel.
Wait, ladies, I am not a beauty contestant.
Well, at least it's an honest barrel.
I am, in reality...
Don't tell us. Let us guess. Lamont Cranston? Billy Batson? Sterling... Ethel...
Roger Ramjet. I'm here to save you.
Quick, tie him up before he takes a proton energy pill that gives him the strength of 20 atoms for a period of 20 seconds.
It's terrible when your reputation precedes you.
That should hold him. Now we shall lure our robot queen to the contest. She will be the only contestant and can win.
It still looks to be a close one.
I hate to bother you, miss, but would you be so kind as to pop one of my pills into my mouth? You'll find them in my vest pocket.
You win the Miss America title, you aggressive little minx.
Oh, shucks. Shaw. Oh, thank you very much, but I can't take all the credit. I'd like to thank my director, my producer, my writers, my sound men, my sound women, my sound noises, my choreographer.
As today's episode begins, Roger Ramjet, internationally famous good guy and devil-may-care flying fool, calls on his girlfriend, that flower of American womanhood, Miss Lotta Love.
This is a surprise.
Surprise, but Lotta, I've had a date with you every Tuesday night for the past 14 years.
I know, Roger, honey, but I plumb forgot.
Well, no matter. Here, this is for you, my little porcupine.
Oh, why, Roger, you sweet thing. You know I can't resist chocolate-covered kumquats.
Are you expecting company, Lotta?
Oh, why, I really don't know.
Well, here I am, Lotta. Lance Crossfire, Yale, 49, world-famous test pilot, wealthy playboy, and Roger Ramjet's principal rival for your affections. I hope I'm not late.
Lance Crossfire.
Speak of the devil. How are you, Roger, old man?
What are you doing here, Crossfire?
I have a date with Lotta. I'm taking her for a ride by plane to see the famous diving tank in Lewiston, Maine.
But I have a date with Lotta. There must be some mistake.
A rotten luck, old tiger. It just isn't your day.
Lotta, are you going to stand me up for this airborne polo player?
Now, just a darn minute, you muscle-bound jet jockey. I'll have you know.
Oh, boys! No use fighting over little old me. Can't you settle this like gentlemen?
A splendid suggestion. Why don't we flip for it?
I'd like to flip him right out the window.
What was that, Roger?
Oh, well, nothing. I have a better idea. Why don't we have a race to see who takes out Lotta?
Oh, that sounds marvy. I just love races.
And so an aeroplane race between Roger and Lance Crossfire was quickly arranged. The first man to reach Lompoc Municipal Airport would be the winner.
Good luck to both of you, and may the better man win.
You can say that again.
On your marks, get set.
And thus began the most exciting race in modern aviation history. Roger Ramjet and Lance Crossfire, wingtip to wingtip, at speeds faster than sound.
I'm ruined!
And still the race continued.
Ach so, finished at last. 10,000 perfect wedding cakes. Ach, du Lieber, I am bankrupted.
And finally, both planes landed at Lompoc Municipal Airport. And headed straight for the finish line.
The winner is...
A short time later, back at the apartment of Lotta Love.
Well, Roger and Lance, this is a surprise.
Surprise, but we've just flown halfway across the country to see which one of us could take you out.
Oh, I can't go out with either of you tonight, boys. I already have a date. Right, General Brass Bottom, honey?
Keep up the good work, men. You're both doing a splendid job out there.
You know, it's a privilege to serve under a man like General Brassbottom.
Roger.
Yes, Lance?
Shut up.
And so ends another stirring adventure of everybody's hero, Roger Ramjet. Today's fog-bound episode begins in London, England, where Roger Ramjet has been summoned by Sir Boffley's stifling heat of Scotland Yard.
Sir Boffley?
Stifling heat here.
Why don't you open the window?
Oh, that's frightfully amusing, really. You must be that American chap, Roger Ramjet, judging from that outlandish costume you're wearing.
Correct. I am Roger Ramjet, internationally famous good guy, devil-may-care flying fool,
Come, old boy, no need to get emotional. I've called you in on this case because, frankly, we're baffled.
Baffled, Sir Baffley?
No, that's baffled Sir Boffley, you colonial clump.
Well, anyway, what seems to be the trouble?
Ramjet, England is being terrorized by the most fiendish criminal of all.
You mean...
Exactly. Jack the Nipper walks the streets of London once again.
And at that very moment, on a foggy London street, Jack the Nipper struck again.
Violets for sale. Who'll buy me violets? Ow! Blimey!
Aye, it's the Nipper, all right. He's done another.
He bit me blinking ear off, he did.
No doubt about it. Jack the Nipper has struck again.
Indeed he had. From Limehouse to Piccadilly, from Soho to the British Museum, Londoners viewed the morning with much alarm. No one was safe from the Nipper's omnivorous nipping.
Ow! Philip, did you bite me on the ear?
No, darling. Was I supposed to?
And back at Scotland Yard, Roger Ramjet has an idea.
I've got it, Sir Boffley.
Yes, I rather suspected that.
We'll just have everyone wear earmuffs. That will so discourage Jack the Nipper, he'll give up and go away.
Roger's plan was tried, but though it protected the people from the Nipper's ear chomping, the earmuffs made hearing very difficult.
You'd better get out of the way, Alfie. There's a huge omnibus coming up behind you. Speak up, you stupid nit. I can't hear a blinking word you're saying.
And in clubs all over London, things were getting a bit sticky.
Your move, Craddock.
I say, your move, old boy. Your move, credit!
No need to shout, old Quince.
Soon everyone was shouting so loud that London sounded like one tremendous argument.
Oh, I see it,
And so Ramjet's plan was abandoned.
Well, Ramjet, do you have any more brilliant ideas?
Yes, I'll telephone my faithful companions at American Eagle headquarters. They'll provide us with a solution.
Quickly, Roger contacted American Eagle headquarters, and just as quickly, he got the answer he was seeking.
Righto. 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 Right-toe.
Ramjet, why do you keep saying right-toe?
Because you're standing on my right toe.
Oh, sorry, old boy. Now, what's the plan?
I shall become a decoy for the Nipper.
Oh, no, Ramjet, I can't let you do that.
But he did. And that night, Roger Ramjet walked the streets of foggy London town, equipped with a huge pair of ears to attract the attention of Jack the Nipper.
Oh, I've got a lovely bunch of... Well, these giant ears ought to be pretty tempting for the Nipper. Now, if he'd only... Hark!
Suddenly, from out of the fog...
Ooh! It's the Nipper. He's claimed another victim.
But this time, the victim has claimed the Nipper. All right, my lad, it's off to Scotland Yard.
Capital suggestion, Ramjet, having those false ears coated with stickum.
Just plain old American ingenuity, Sir Boffley. Now, if you'll just remove this bounder...
No, I've been meaning to tell you about that. We can't seem to get the blighter unstuck.
And so Roger, his mission successfully completed, was soon winging his way back home. Once more, the world was a safer place, thanks to Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles! Today's airborne episode begins with a knock on the door of American Eagle headquarters.
Telegram for Roger Ramjet.
I'm glad you don't drive a motorcycle. You have a telegram for me?
Here you are, Sonny.
And this is for you.
Gee willikers, a whole nickel. I'd better get this to the bank before I get rolled.
Who's the telegram from, Roger?
Why, it's from Mother. The old dear's coming to visit me.
And the next day, the whole gang was on hand at Lasagna Airport, anxiously awaiting the arrival of kindly old Ma Ramjet.
Unbelievable Airlines, flight number 1, now arriving from Hong Kong, Cleveland, Perth Amboy, Rangoon, and Lompoc.
Waggling wingtips, Roger. Look at that plane. Roger, that couldn't be.
Oh, yes, it could. That's my mom.
Is that any way to run an airline? You bet your sweet fuselage it is.
Mother.
Roger, honey, you look ridiculous as ever. Who's this, a bunch of musketeers?
Mother, I'd like you to meet Yank, Doodle, Dan, and Dee, my faithful companions of the American Eagle Squadron.
Hiya, kids.
Golly, Mrs. Ramjet.
Call me Ma, sweetie.
Roger has told us a lot about you.
Lies, all of it. Don't believe him. He's a conniving...
Oh, no, now, Mother. You mustn't excite yourself.
Say, what are you flying these days?
Well, here's my latest jet.
Say, that's a beauty. Too bad the propeller fell off.
Jets don't have propellers, Mother.
You're putting me on, Raj. No prop? What would Orville and Wilbur say about that?
Orville and Wilbur? The Wright brothers?
No, Orville and Wilbur Gumbiner. They run the pool hall and slot car emporium back in Lompoc. Say, Roger, honey, let me take this baby for a spin.
I don't think you can handle a plane like this, Mother.
Are you kidding? I taught Amelia how to fly.
Amelia Earhart?
No, Amelia Rimshot. She's the hostess down at the Lompoc 45-minute car wash. Come on, Roger, let me take her up.
Well, all right, but please, Mother, no stunt flying.
And a moment later, kindly old Ma Ramjet became the world's oldest jet pilot as she blasted off into the blue.
Ramjet to Ramjet, come in, please.
Say, this is the only way to fly.
Mother, you'd better bring her down now.
Oh, I forgot to tell you that sudden takeoff broke my glasses. I can't even see the conside runway.
Carbonated carburetors. Mother's in trouble.
Don't worry, Roger. We'll save her. Come on, gang.
Yank to Eagles. Now you all know what to do. Let's go.
masterpiece of flying. Yank and Dan locked their plane's wings under Ma Ramjets. And with almost miraculous skill, the American Eagle Squadron brought Ma Ramjet down safely.
Great work, lads. You've saved dear old Ma.
You can call me Mrs. Ramjet. What's the idea of sending an old lady up in a crate like that?
And so the next day, Ma Ramjet bade our heroes goodbye.
Well, so long, kids. Goodbye, son. Happy landings.
Gosh, I hope Mother doesn't feel too bad about being grounded.
And leave the driving to us.
As today's underprivileged episode begins, Roger Ramjet is trying to talk his way out of a difficult situation at American Eagle headquarters.
Roger, you promised you'd take us today.
Well, yes, I know, but I just remembered that I have to go to the opening of the Lompoc Opera season. They want me to throw out the first act.
That's tomorrow.
Oh, yes, so it is.
That's right. You said you'd take us to see our favorite singing group, the Cockroaches, in person.
Oh, well, a promise is a promise. Let's go.
Hooray!
And so it was that a short time later, Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles arrived at the theater where the Cockroaches were appearing.
Boy, this is really great. The Cockroaches came all the way from England for this special appearance.
Probably getting even for the Boston Tea Party.
What did you say, Roger?
I said they're probably getting an awesome fee, Smarty.
Yeah, they're being paid $50,000 for this one appearance. Oh, quiet, everybody. The show is starting.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to our big show.
Hey, that's Gibbering Jimmy Tone Deaf, the famous teenage disc jockey.
And now here's what you've all been waiting for.
I've been waiting for you to fall in the orchestra pit.
Here they are, the greatest thing that's happened to England since Dunkirk, the fabulous Cockroaches.
I'd like to stretch your neck from Liverpool to Quebec.
Wait a minute, those garbled voices sound very, very familiar.
And sure enough, Roger Ramjet's super-sensitive ears had detected something.
What is it, Roger?
Just as I suspected.
Yes, just as Roger suspected, the group on stage looked mighty like Noodles Romanoff and his band of no-goods disguised as cockroaches.
Those aren't the cockroaches. They're imposters.
No, the imposters are singing here next week.
Stop the music, or whatever that is you're doing up there.
Quiet. Sit down.
You're all making a serious mistake.
Sit down, Roger. You're embarrassing us.
But those aren't the cockroaches. It's that arch-criminal Noodles Romanoff and his despicable band of no-goods. Can't you tell?
Now you think we're stupid or something? Usher, kindly throw this unruly bloke out of here.
And so our hero was quietly asked to leave.
I tell you, you're making a terrible mistake.
But still undaunted, Roger returned a short time later, wearing a clever disguise.
By disguising myself as a teenage cockroach fan, I hope to sneak back into the theater and expose their fiendish plot.
Mr. Schwartz, your cousin's very ugly.
Roger!
I'll explain later. Oh, I beg your pardon. Aha! Just as I suspected, you must be the real cockroaches. Well, that's funny. You don't sound anything like your records.
Boy, I hope Roger's okay. Sounded like he really got clobbered. Wait, here he comes again.
Okay, Romanoff, you phony insect, you're through.
Don't pay any attention to him, thousands of loyal fans. We're the real cockroaches.
Well, then whom do you call this? These? Those?
Okay, Ramjet, you got us. I guess we better give up. Are you going to turn us over to the cops?
You don't get off that easy, Romanoff. I'm turning you over to these teenage cockroach fans. Well, boys, I guess we saved the day that time. What's the matter?
You spoiled the show. We liked it.
But they were fakes.
We know, but they sounded better than the real cockroaches.
Go try and be a superhero.
And so once more, the forces of evil have been handed a severe trouncing by the champion of justice, nearly everybody's hero, Roger Ramjet. Today's ironic episode begins in a private home, the home of Private Jerome Herman Dippity Jones and his wife, Belle. They are awaiting the arrival of their babysitter, a kindly neighbor named Roger Ramjet.
Boy, oh boy, it sure was nice of Roger to volunteer to look after our twins, Flick and Flack.
I'll say, Roger is such a nice hero.
You can say that again.
I'll say it. Roger is such a nice hero.
I don't like you as much as I used to.
Thanks to Roger Ramjet, we're going to go out and see a movie picture show.
You can say that again.
Thanks to Roger Ramjet, we're...
Hello there, hero fans.
The boys are in the backyard. The doctor's number is by the phone. Good night and good luck.
They must have been late for the movie. I think it was very nice of me to volunteer to stay with the Jones children while their parents go out and enjoy themselves. I wonder what the little tykes are doing. Hello, boys. You're certainly inventive, little Whiskers. This your own design?
Hey, you're just in time to see us blast off to the moon.
Blasting to the moon, is it?
Stand back. Hey, Flick, you got the firecracker ready? Yep.
Wow, what a blast. Now, where did those kids get to? Flick, Flack, Flick, Flack?
Meanwhile, at American Eagle headquarters...
I wonder who that could be. Why, it's the Jones boys, Flick and Flack. Hey, hi, kids. Hey, what are you doing out at this time of night?
Well, it's a long story. You see,
Meanwhile, back at the Jones house, Roger was really getting worried.
Say, you don't suppose those kids really went to... Yipes, that's it. They've gone to the moon. Great galloping grease guns. This is serious. I'd better call Washington.
Oh, ooh, hurt, burn, terrible.
Say, General, you do a wonderful impression of me. Can you do Lionel Barrymore?
Ramjet, this call better be important.
Oh, it certainly is. You see, I was babysitting for some youngsters tonight, and...
They what? In what? To where? Ramjet, that's impossible. Isn't it?
I'm afraid not, sir. Those kids have gone to the moon. We better do something to get them back, or we are really going to get yelled at.
What do you mean, we, paleface?
And so the entire facilities of our government were called upon to try and solve this terrible problem.
Astronauts, we need a volunteer to go up after those kids and rescue them from the moon.
But, sir, how did those kids get to the moon if we haven't even been there yet?
They probably found a shortcut. How should I know? Am I supposed to know everything around here? My mother was right. There's blues in the night. I should have been a dentist.
And about that time, give or take a couple of minutes, the Jones returned home.
Hi, Roger. How did everything go? I hope the kids didn't give you any trouble.
Why, I haven't heard a sound out of those little rascals for hours.
What was that?
A flat, I believe. A little sharp, though.
Our babies, they're gone. What have you done with them, you monster? Dumbbell, clod, thunderhead.
When suddenly the doorbell rang.
Hi, Mr. Jones. I thought I'd better bring the kids back home.
Hey, honey, the kids are back. Look, they're okay.
Don't interrupt me. Sidewinder, pig face, schweinhund. The what? My babies.
Hi, Ma. Hi, Pa. Hi, favorite babysitter.
But I thought you went to the... Uh-oh, I've got to make a phone call.
And as Roger explained his honest little mistake to Washington, we close the book on another true-to-life adventure of Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles. Today's rickety episode takes Roger Ramjet out west as a deputy U.S. Marshal assigned to the difficult task of cleaning up the last of the old lawless western towns, Boot Hill, Montana, where men were men and women were men, and that can get pretty old after a while. As Marshal Ramjet rode into town, it was high noon and low tide.
High noon?
Low tide. Get off.
Oh, so this is Boot Hill. Excuse me, sir. I wonder if you could direct me to...
I don't like your looks, stranger. I'm going to drill you.
Strange way folks have of saying hello out here. Well, I guess I'll just mosey around town and introduce myself. Howdy, Slim. I'm Roger Ramjet, your new marshal. Where are you from?
Dodge, originally.
Well, if you say so.
What in tarnation's wrong with you?
I thought you told me to do some original dodging, and I was...
loony as a jaybird.
Here's the saloon over here. I think I'll go in and have a sarsaparilla. Stop this fighting immediately. That's better. Now then, folks, I'm your new marshal, Roger Ramjet. I just want you to know that...
Hey, Marshal! I'm Sam Morse from the telegraph office. Got a telegram for you.
Now, let's have it, Morris. Why, there's nothing but little bitty dots and dashes all over this paper.
It's a little code I made up. Here, let me read it. It says, I'm a-coming in on the noon train to get the low-down marshal what sent me up to prison. It's signed Bernie Miller.
Bernie Miller's out of prison. He'll hit this town like nuclear fission.
Well, I have nothing to worry about. I didn't send him up to prison.
P.S. or any other marshal who happens to be around.
Well, folks, I'd like to ask that you do not forsake me. I need several volunteers as deputies. You'll find police work to be interesting and challenging.
No dice, Ramjet. That's your job. We're not going to help you and maybe get shot.
But you should support your local police.
Yeah, and the Titanic should have looked where it was going. But that's no...
The trains are coming!
Hey, Jed, you better get out the rig.
Well, I guess there's only one thing to do.
Well, you can't do that either, Marshal. We hid your horse.
I meant I'm going to meet Bernie Miller and have this thing out.
Put the bags over there, boy, and don't scratch the guitar or the amplifier.
Oh, excuse me, my fault.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way, have you seen a man named Bernie Miller?
Why, yes, I'm Bernie Miller.
Oh, really? Well, I'm Roger Ramjet, the new marshal here, and...
Marshal? Okay, Ramjet, when I count 3, you better draw. 1.
I don't have a gun, so I'll just take one of my proton energy pills. They give me the strength of 20 atom bombs for the period of 20 seconds.
Let's see what comes next. Oh, yeah, 2.
It takes 5 seconds for the pill to work, and he's only counting to 3.
Now, let's see. I had it there a minute ago. Rats. 1. Oh, yeah, 3.
That should hold you, Bernie Miller. Well, folks, my work is done here. I'll be riding off into the sunset. So long, everybody. I'm happy I could make this a nicer place to live at. Goodbye.
See you later,
So long, Marshal.
Shane, come back. We love you. We want you should come to the ranch and live with me and Ma and Pa and the cows and the chickens and the dogs.
Today's phlegmatic episode begins at American Eagle headquarters, where Yank, Doodle, Dan, and Dee are settling down to watch one of their favorite TV shows, Space Dentist.
We interrupt this program for a news bulletin. The 13th National Bank has just been held up by a gang led by that internationally famous good guy and devil-may-care flying fool, Roger Ramjet.
Rumbling ground loops, there must be some mistake. That couldn't have been Roger.
Suddenly, there was another startling news flash.
And here's another startling news flash. The Roger Ramjet gang has struck again. This time, they held up the 14th National Bank.
That's impossible. Roger could never do anything dishonest.
Maybe he wants to be the first honest bank robber.
Even the police were baffled. The chief put his best man on the case, Detective Sergeant Milton C. Sargent.
Detective Sergeant reporting, sir.
Well, Sergeant, what's your opinion of these robberies?
Well, I'd say they were definitely the work of thieves.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, I want you to arrest Roger Ramjet and bring him in for questioning.
Yeah, well, that's easy, Chief. I know just where to find him. He's guest of honor at the annual policeman's picnic. They want him to throw out the first dragnet.
But unbeknownst to the police, the real leader of the robbery gang was none other than Noodles Romanoff, arch criminal and sworn enemy of Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles.
This plan of mine is working like a charm.
Like a charm.
Magic.
Absolutely.
Terrible. The cops don't even suspect us, thanks to this huge doll that looks exactly like Roger Ramjet. They think Ramjet's committing all the robberies. Pretty slick, huh?
Yeah.
Filthy. And at the policeman's picnic, Roger was just starting his speech when...
I want to commend all you men for the fine job you're doing. It's men like you who protect our citizens from the criminal element which stalks our country.
And even as Roger Ramjet was being dragged off to the calaboose, Noodles and his gang prepared to strike again.
Okay, check out the model once more.
I love you.
That's the wrong record, you void brain.
Ow! 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 Hurting.
Meanwhile, the American Eagles got more bad news.
We interrupt this program to bring you more bad news.
I wonder what Roger did this time.
This time, Roger Ramjet has been arrested on suspicion of bank robbery.
Come on, gang. We've got to prove Roger's innocence.
But even as the brave Eagles rushed to Roger's defense, another daring holdup was taking place.
May I help you?
And over all the money, this is a stick-up. I am Roger Ramjet. This is a recording.
The alarm. We've been spotted. Let's get out of here.
Will you play with me?
And as the desperados emerged from the bank, the police were waiting.
Give it up. You haven't got a chance.
My name is Roger Ramjet.
Just then, Detective Sergeant and the real Roger Ramjet arrived on the scene.
What do you mean you're innocent? There you are shooting at a policeman. Well, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
But how can that be me if I am me?
And at that precise moment, the American Eagles made their appearance.
Here we are, Roger. What can we do to help?
Hand me one of my proton energy pills. I'll need the strength of 20 atom bombs to solve this mess. Sorry to drag you into this, officer, but you leave me no choice. There you are. Noodles Romanoff was using that dummy to make all of you think I was the bank robber. Arrest them all.
Nice work, Roger. Roger?
Can I go home with you?
And so once again, the forces of evil have been foiled by that living doll, Roger Ramjet, and the American Eagles! As today's stifling episode begins, we find the world in a scorcher of a problem. The weather all over the world had suddenly turned unbearably hot.
I've never seen it this hot in December.
In other parts of the world, it was getting so hot that all the water was evaporating.
What's this one, Gertrude?
It looked as though the whole world would melt unless something could be done. This was a job for Roger Ramjet.
Well, boys, anyone have any suggestions?
Roger, I think I've got it. Some evil forces must be tinkering around with the sun.
And sure enough, the solenoid robots were orbiting the sun in a spaceship covered with mirrors, which reflected heat and light all over the world, 24 hours a day.
It won't be long now. Soon the world will be weak from heat frustration. Then we'll take over, Buzzclick.
I see the trouble. It's the solenoid robots. They're reflecting the sun's rays with giant mirrors. We've got to break this up. Break mirrors? That's 7 years bad luck.
We'll have to capture them in toto.
Hey, that's good. I never been to Toto.
Come on, gang. One for all and all for one. The Eagles fly till the job is done.
But as Roger Ramjet and the American Eagles race sunward, they are under constant surveillance.
Well, Buzzclick, it looks like our old friends Roger Ramjet and those pesky kids. They'll never get through to us. Buzzclick, the heat is too intense for their ordinary Buzzclick Earth planes.
The robot knew of what he spoke, for as our heroes neared the sun...
Hey, my controls are beginning to melt.
It's no use, kids. If we get much closer, we'll become the first airborne barbecue. That sun's just too hot.
Let's return to Earth, Roger. I have a plan.
And back once more on Earth, Yank explained his ingenious idea.
First, we pack Roger in dry ice.
Dry ice?
Right. And then all we have...
And the next day, there was a knock on the door of the solenoid robot spaceship.
Package for anyone at this address.
Buzzclick, but how did you get through this tremendous heat?
Guess you weird-looking foreigners don't know the motto of the United States Postal Service. Neither rain, nor snow, nor heat, nor gloom of night can stay this courier, that's me, from this swift completion of his appointed rounds. Say, you better get that package inside. It's starting to melt. So long, Sonny.
Buzzclick, it seems to be something packed in ice. Buzzclick, let's see what it is.
All right, you metallic mischief makers, you're through. This proton energy pill gives me the strength of 20 atom bombs for 20 seconds.
Buzzclick, get him. It takes 5 seconds, Burton, for the pill to work, Buzzclick.
And in a trice, Roger Ramjet had subdued the solenoid robots, crippled their evil spaceship, and smashed the mirrors which were causing the terrific heat wave.
There, that puts a stop to your hot ideas, you metal menaces. I've smashed all your mirrors.
Buzz clicking, yes, but now you're in for 163 years of bad luck.
Nonsense. I don't believe in your silly superstitions.
And so, once again, thanks to Roger Ramjet, the world is a cooler place to live.
Good afternoon, football fans. This is Vincent Yapnaro welcoming you to the first Cosmic Bowl football game here in glamorous, star-studded Lompoc. This first interplanetary football game pits Chicken University from the planet Earth and Crunch U from the planet Hurt. We take you now to the chicken dressing room, where Coach Canute Konechny is whipping his team into a fever pitch.
Boys, I guess you know how important this game is. Now, don't growl when I'm talking. Now, men, this is going to be a tough one. Now, you don't have much of a chance, but get out there and try to win one for old Chick. Get out there and go, go, go.
Once again, this is your play-by-play announcer, Vincent Yapnaro. Celebrities by the droves are here today. I can see that idol of the silver screen, Bernard Schwartz. And who's that lovely lady with him? Why, it's Mrs. Vincent Yapnaro. Ah, and there's that all-American flying fool, Roger Ramjet, who has been accorded the honor of throwing out the first player for slugging. Roger has another special reason for being here today, fans. The star halfback for Chicken U is his cousin, the famous Elroy Crazy Head Ramjet.
Elroy looks good out there, doesn't he, boys?
The game is about to begin, sports fans. I see the two captains meeting with the referee in the center of the field.
Captain Ork is Captain Bicep. Captain Bicep is Captain Ork.
Chicken University.
Crunch you.
You call a toss of the coin to see who'll kick off, Captain Ork.
Heads.
Heads it is. You win, Captain Bicep.
Crunch U has won the toss and elected to receive, and here comes the kickoff. Crunch U takes the kick on the 5, and the blocking wedge quickly forms.
All right, they're busting up all my dots.
What a devastating attack. Crunch U brought the kickoff back 50 yards. Only a great play by Elroy Crazy Head Ramjet saved a sure touchdown. But wait a minute, Crazy Head may be injured.
Crazy? Crazy, speak to me.
Hello, up there. Heck, Coach, they don't hit so hard.
Gosh, Roger, now Chicken U is in real trouble with your cousin out of the game.
Yes, my boy, but the game's not over yet. Our team won't give up. They've got the real chicken attitude.
I must say that Chicken University team has fought with real chicken heart. They're taking a physical beating out there, and their star halfback is out of the game, but they're still losing by only one field goal, 3-0. Wait just a minute. Crazy Head Ramjet is up on the sidelines. He's coming back into the game.
Are you sure you feel all right, Crazy Head?
Sure, Coach. Perfectly adorable.
That's wonderful.
Roger, did you see that? The other player tripped your cousin.
Yes, Yank, and that's not fair. I'd hoped I wouldn't have to resort to this, but the other team is cheating.
There are just seconds remaining in the game, and it's beginning to look hopeless for the Chicken University team. Wait, what's this? Roger Ramjet is running onto the field.
Here, boy, take this proton energy pill. It gives you the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds.
No, I don't think I should without consulting my physician.
But don't be crazy.
Time for just one more play. The Chickens line up in a wishbone formation. The ball comes on a direct snap to Crazy Ramjet, and he's off around right end. Crazy's at midfield. Another Crunch U tackler bounces off. He's at the 30, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's over for a touchdown! Chicken U wins the ball game 6-3, and the fans are going wild.
Well, kids, Chicken U has won the game.
Yes, thanks to you, Roger. Your proton energy pills have done the job again.
Oh, it was nothing, really.
Let's hear it for Roger Ramjet. Hip, hip.
Hooray! Ooh. Today's peppery episode begins in the tiny Latin American country of San Domino, where the Presidente, General Pancho La Panza, is speaking to his cabinet.
Listen, Senor Cabinet, I got to tell you something, all right?
All right. Just then, the General's trusted aide, Colonel Vernon Lefty Derecho, burst into the office.
Pardon me for bursting in your face, Senor Presidente, but we got a big problem. You know the big bullfight we're going to have tomorrow?
See?
Well, that's the one we're not going to have tomorrow.
Why don't we have the big bullfight?
Because we don't have the big bullfighter.
You mean something has happened to Choo-Choo Chicles, San Domino's oldest living matador?
That's only living matador. And when you got to look at the bull he's supposed to fight tomorrow, he became San Domino's only retired matador.
For the bull he was scheduled to fight was a huge, ferocious beast known as El Smasherino.
I am the greatest. Yesterday I smashed 2 fences, 3 houses, and a battleship.
And so the Presidente was faced with a real dilemma.
Oh, boy, if we don't have the big bull fight, the people will have nothing to do tomorrow. And you know what that means.
See, they'll start another revolution. You better do something quick.
Wait, I got the big idea.
What's the big idea?
I'll send for my good friend, Roger Ramjet.
He can fight the bulls?
Of course. It's easy.
It's difficult.
It's all right.
It's all right.
And soon, in answer to call from General Lapanza, Roger Ramjet was winging his way south of the border.
I wonder why the general sent for me. Oh, well, whatever it is, I'm sure to have a smashing time down there. Ah, there's the airport now. Saludos, amigos.
Welcome, Roger Ramjet.
Greetings, Senor Presidente. Now, what's this big favor you want me to do?
Ramjet, we want you to fill in for one of our national heroes.
Well, I'm sure I can handle that.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. Be at the bull ring tomorrow at 3 o'clock sharp.
And the next afternoon, when Roger Ramjet showed up at the San Domino bull ring...
My, what an enormous cow. This must be a cow milking contest. Here, bossy. Here, bossy.
Quick, Senor Ramjet. The bull is coming back.
The bull? You mean I'm supposed to milk a bull?
No, you're supposed to fight him.
Fight him? I don't even know him. Oh, well, if I must. Here, General, hold my cape. Now, that's going too far. That cape was a gift from Bruce Wayne.
On the head, all breaking, on the head, all hiding.
Now you've made him angry. He'll smash us all to bits.
Perhaps if I could talk to him.
But El Smasherino was in no mood for conversation.
Quick, Ramjet, do something.
Never fear, General. These proton energy pills give me the strength of 20 atom bombs for 20 seconds.
9. Yes. You're both out. I declare this contest a draw.
The bullfight of the century was over, and the crowd had gone wild. And so, his work done, Roger Ramjet prepared to leave San Domino.
Adios, Roger Ramjet. Until we meet again, we wish you good.
And so, once again, an international crisis had been avoided thanks to the heroic efforts of Roger Ramjet. Today's hydrodynamic episode begins at headquarters of the government's crack underwater exploration service, where an aide is reporting to Admiral Ahab Keelhaul.
Ensign Johnson reporting, sir. You ought to have that thing fixed.
Don't tell me what to do, sailor. Just report.
Sir, our Aquanaut program is sinking fast.
That's the idea. The Aquanauts are supposed to sink in bathyspheres and explore the bottom of the ocean. I suppose you'll tell me next that our astronaut program is rising.
But, sir, we've lost 5 Aquanauts in the past week. We lower them into the ocean, and when we pull up the line, there's nothing on it but the end of the line.
Well, that's the end of the line. We'd better call in Roger Ramjet to investigate. You know your assignment, Ramjet. Get under the ocean and find out what's been happening to our men. Here's your bathysphere.
It's about time you gave that sphere a bath, sir.
And so Roger Ramjet prepared for an undersea adventure.
Ramjet reporting from Bathotub. No problem so far.
You're not even in the water yet.
Oh.
Do you see anything of the missing Aquanauts?
No, it's still too wet to see very well. Where are the windshield wipers? The air gets much wetter as you near the bottom of the...
Well, boys and girls, now we know what's been happening to all the Aquanauts. They've been captured by that diabolical scourge of the 7 seas, Red Dog, the pirate.
Well, me pretty, we caught another one of them Aquanuts.
What? Chock full of aquanuts. What?
Shut up, you feathered fink. Now let's see who we've caught this time. Well, well, if it isn't Roger Ramjet.
If it isn't, we're all on the wrong show. So you're the rat who's underneath this dirty water, dirty work, eh, Red Dog?
Roger's a cornball. Well.
Quiet, Bird Brain. Red Dog, I demand you release me.
Not a chance, Ramjets. You know where my hideout is. You might tell the police, or the Navy, or the Coast Guard.
Tell it to the Marines. What?
You have a real knack for getting on a pirate's nerves.
What?
Mighty pretty sub you've got here, Red Dog. It's a shame it's so rusty on the outside.
Rusty? Where?
Right near the barnacles there.
Rusty barnacles. Rusty barnacles.
Oh, that really makes me mad. What have I done to warrant rust?
Rusty warrant. Rusty warrant.
Well, what are you going to do about that rust?
I'll have to surface and have it removed. If there's anything I can't stand, it's a rusty sub.
And while Red Dog prepared to surface, the Navy was worried.
I'm afraid something has happened to Ramjet, sir.
Nonsense. Why do you think a thing like that?
Because he's been on the bottom for more than an hour without oxygen.
Good point. Wait, what's that?
Oh, why, it's Red Dog's submarine. And look, he's got Roger Ramjet.
Arr, you've tricked me, Ramjets. Mend the guns, lads, and we'll send them all to Davy Jones' locker. Rust!
You're through, Red Dog. The Navy will handle you.
Quack! Never mind the blindfold. I'll die like a bird. Quack!
Roger Ramjet, your Navy salutes you. You've saved our aquanauts and captured that evil pirate guy. Congratulations.
It was nothing, Admiral.
I know.
Well, my work is done here, so I'll be mosey.
Now, there's something you don't see every day.
But spirits undampened, Roger Ramjet has done it again, and once more has made this world a nicer one in which to swim. As today's erosive episode begins, Roger Ramjet is looking forward to an evening of relaxation, for he has a date with his girlfriend, Lotta Love.
Well, Roger, honey, what have y'all got there?
It's a steam calliope. They were all out of gumdrops.
Why, how sweet. Just put it over there next to that priceless statue of Stephen Foster.
Oops.
Pretty shabby beginning at a calliope moving career.
Lance Crossfire, ace test pilot and my principal rival for Lotta's affections. What are you doing here?
Why, Roger, sweet lips, Lance just dropped by to help me start my car.
Actually, Roger, I just dropped by to take Lotta for a fun evening.
Yes, Roger. Lance is going to teach me all about a new sport.
Over my dead space boot he is.
No, silly. Lance is teaching me how to skydive.
Skydive?
A skydive. Care to join us?
Do you have an extra parachute?
No.
I have an idea. Whomever of you all does the best dive will get to take me to dinner tonight at a swell restaurant like the Brown Hamburg or Tail of the Horse or like that.
A lot of my love. Or whatever you think is fair. All right? A Roger, baby?
Well, I don't know. Do they accept diners?
And so the contest was set. To the winner went a wonderful dinner with Lotta and a bill of about $30 plus tip.
You know the rules, Roger.
Of course, 3 strikes and you're out. A basket from the floor counts 2 and no downfield blocking.
Not exactly. Our plane will fly over a target area. We'll jump out of the plane, and the man who lands closest to the bullseye wins the contest. We're approaching the target area now.
I hope you boys will be careful.
Isn't that touching? She doesn't want to lose us.
She's a princess.
'Cause my little old tum-tummy's awful hungry.
And I thought she was all heart.
Roger, are you ready to jump?
As ready as I'll ever be.
And so the scene was set for one of the most daring skydives of the century. 2 men jumping from the same plane simultaneously and together for the love of a woman.
Skydiving is quite a sensation, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
To really enjoy it, though, you should have a parachute.
And so they should. For without one, both men were plummeting toward Earth at the speed that would make your head spin. It looked like certain death when...
Hey, what are you doing?
Holy moly! Lucky for us, you were passing by.
I'll say, old-timer, you saved our lives.
Strange, I pass by here every day about this time. Never seen you before. I'm a airmail pilot.
Oh, really?
No, O'Reilly. James Joyce O'Reilly. That's a little joke I use when two clods fall in my airplane.
We see.
I'd like to let you ride along, but you're slowing down my time to Newark. Gonna have to ask you to leave. Jump out.
Oh, don't be silly. We just got here. Besides, we don't have parachutes.
Always makes me feel bad when I have to do that.
Oh, my goodness! Look at those two clowning all the time. Now, what am I going to do about them?
And just as it looked like the end was near, those two skydiving madcaps ran into another fantastic piece of luck.
Look, Lance, there's a huge weather balloon just below, and we're going to land right on top of it.
We're saved, Roger, old boy.
And so as another plummeting episode ends happily, we bid goodbye to Roger Ramjet and Lance Crossfire, wherever they may be. Today's anesthetic episode begins in Roger Ramjet's living quarters, where a large crate has just been delivered.
What in the world could this be? Why, it's from Mother, who's been on a hunting trip in the Congo. I think I'll open it.
Hoyt!
Oh, glad to meet you, Mr. Oit. Any friend of Mother's is a friend of mine. Roger Ramjet here. Ooh, you've really got a grip there. How was your trip?
Whimpering wind tunnels! It's an ape!
Gads. Quick, Mr. Oit, there's an ape loose.
Hoyt!
Oh, yes, in the excitement, I almost forgot, Mr. Oit. I'd like you to meet the American Eagle Squadron, Yank, Doodle, Dan, and Dee.
But, Roger, your Mr. Oit is an ape!
Why, Yank, I believe you're right. Are you an ape, Mr. Oit?
Hoyt!
Hello, what's this? A note from my mother. It says, Roger, honey, this is Alonzo Ape. He befriended me in the Congo, so I'm sending him on a vacation to visit you. Show him around and take good care of him. Signed, as sincerely as possible, Mother.
Golly, Roger, what are we going to do with an ape?
I don't know. Just another mouth to feed, I guess.
Oh, Roger, he won't be much trouble.
Well, all right, we'll give it a try.
And so Roger took the ape with him everywhere, even on official business.
Ramjet, we've got another crime wave. Oh, this your brother?
No, as a matter of fact, this is a friend of my mother's.
Your father?
No, it's an ape.
I see, that's wonderful. Well, fellas, our country is in the throes of another crime wave. Banks are being stolen.
You mean robbed, General? A bank to be stolen would have to involve an actual loss of bank.
Oink, 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 oink.
That's exactly what's happening. The banks aren't being robbed, they're being stolen, buildings and all. Get out there and stop this vile thing.
Right, General. Come on, Alonzo.
Oh, I've got to get that thing fixed.
And as Roger and Alonzo enjoyed their latest trip, more banks are being stolen. By none other than that evil arch-enemy of Roger Ramjet, Noodles Romanoff and his band of no-goods.
Well, boys, we got 3 more banks. This is a great idea. We don't take no chances robbing the banks. We just dig a big hole under them and steal the whole building, right?
Oh,
Chasm.
what we do. We just dig a little bit of a hole.
It was brilliant on my part to train that giant mole to tunnel under the banks. Let's go see how he's doing.
If they're stealing banks, which I seriously doubt, we might as well go into a bank and see if we can get to the bottom of this.
What?
No sooner has Roger uttered those fateful words when the bank is stolen.
Well, Alonzo, it looks as though... Hark!
Okay, boys, open the vault and let's see how much loot we made. Uh-oh, it's Roger Ramjet, and he brought his brother with him.
I'm afraid you're through with your nefarious activities, Noodles Romanoff. The game is up. Uh-oh, I seem to have left my proton energy pills in my other Roger Ramjet suit.
Okay, Moley, get him.
No, just a moment, just a minute. Hold on there, Moley. Alonzo, do something.
Oink, oink.
That'll teach you to monkey around with Roger Ramjet.
And so Alonzo saved the day.
Congratulations, Cadet Alonzo Ape. We welcome you as a junior honorary member of the American Eagle Squadron. Try to get over that, Alonzo.
Oink.
And so Honorary Junior Cadet Alonzo Ape bade goodbye to his companions of the American Eagle Squadron.
Cadet Ape, we salute you. Goodbye, and good luck.
Today's itinerant episode finds Roger Ramjet about to take a long-awaited but ill-deserved vacation.
Well, it sure will feel good to take a few days off. I'm going to Bermuda to get debriefed, and on my way I plan to stop in Rifle Bowl, Kentucky, for the annual Bloodhound Breeders' Convention. They want me to throw out the first scent. Well, folks, I'm very happy to be here for the Bloodhound Breeders' Convention. Wait! I'm Roger Ramjet! Hold your fire! I could get hurt, and I'm on my own time.
Hey, Carl Bob, he's a funny-looking one, ain't he? No. I hate your abdomen. Why don't you ever agree with me?
Unhand me, you bearded barbarians. What's the meaning of this? I'm in town to throw out the first cent.
You're sure doing that, all right. Yeah, move downwind a step, would you kindly?
See here, what's all this shooting about?
Feud.
Feud?
Feud. It's them rotten Martins. They're off luring a pig with the hitch or a hound. Them Martins is a bunch of dingbats.
Ain't not neither dingbats, you ill-smelling skunk.
Now see what it is we've been putting up with. Come on, Billy Dwayne.
By Godfrey Daniel, that means irritation.
Gee, what's that thing running with the coys?
He's that space hero what landed in that there space plane. Think his name is Roger Rimshot.
That's Ramjet.
Don't correct your elders. Now listen to me. If an McCoy's got them a space hero, we're gonna have to get one too, or we'll be the laughing stock of the hills.
Where are we gonna get us another one of them things?
We ain't a-getting another one. We're a-getting that one. We'll capture up Roger Ramrat from the Coys.
We gotta stay ahead in the space hero race.
Meanwhile, Roger Ramjet and the Coys had reached the mountain hideout, unaware of the kidnap plot being hatched by the Martins.
Now that we're up here, Pa, what are we gonna do with Roger Rumpot?
That's Ramjet.
Fetch him to me and I'll show you. We got us a dual-purpose space hero. He's a scarecrow and a forward observer.
Now, wait a minute. Don't I have anything to say about this?
No! And so, disguised as a scarecrow in a cornfield and waiting for the Coys to make their first move, was our hero, Roger Ramjet.
Now, that's Ramjet.
Oh, sorry.
This is a terrible way to begin a vacation. Maybe if I can talk to the Martins and the Coys together, I can put an end to this feuding forever. And they'll let me be on my way.
And at that precise moment, Roger was to get his chance because the clever Coys were all around him, disguised as corn stalks.
What's this? Aggressive little stalk, aren't you?
Nope.
It's the Martins. Come here, Coys.
You're right in the ear.
Gentlemen, let me say just one thing. Now, you've been feuding for years, and it's silly. You've got to learn to live together in harmony.
Where's that?
Just east of Resume Speed on Route 4.
Oh.
There's no reason for this feud. I want you to learn to live like grown-ups.
Ramjet, we appreciate what you're trying to do. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I knew you'd understand if I could just
But
talk
if we wasn't a feuding...
Why, we wouldn't know what to do with ourselves.
We like feuding, don't we, Coys? Even if you are dumber than a possum with a waxy ear.
Who you calling dumb, you miserable revenuer?
Roger Ramjet bids goodbye to lovely Rifle Bowl, Kentucky.
Well, I guess those people won't soon forget Ramjet Ram, Ripper Rack Ratcher Ram,
Roger Ramjet. Today's essential episode begins at a lonely outpost at the North Pole where radar technician first class Bobby Jack Rabbit mans his radar unit as it scans the skies for enemy planes, which might try to sneak up in our country.
Boy, it gets lonely up here. Seems like I've been here forever. Mercy! Would you look at that? Must be enemy planes flying over here. I got to get the word out. Calling Washington, D.C. There's trouble. You better put me right through the president. Hello, Mr. Coolidge? You ain't. When'd that happen? Really?
And with the word of the impending attack out, the Pentagon put its giant wheels in motion to defend the country.
What are we going to do now?
Beach the gold brick out of me, sir.
Shortly, interceptor squadrons were sent skyward to do battle with the foreign invaders.
This is Red Leader. Have you spotted the targets?
Blue Leader to Red Leader, nothing so far.
This is Red Leader to Blue Leader. Are you trying as hard as you can?
Bandits at 4 o'clock. Bandits at 4 o'clock. I spotted them, sir, dead ahead. They're not foreign planes. They're foreign spaceships.
And indeed they were spaceships. Spaceships from another planet. Red Leader said...
Do you believe them to be hostile?
And Blue Leader said...
Affirmative.
When the word reached Washington, pandemonium reigned.
This weather is no help war-wise, but we'll have to send up more planes.
But as each new group of planes flew to meet the foe, they were swallowed by the spaceships, cockpit and all.
This is ruining our air superiority. Get me Roger Ramjet.
Hello? Oh, hi, General. You want to speak to Roger? Just a minute, he's in a shower. Hey, Roger, phone for you.
Get the number and I'll call back.
He said he'll have to get back to you. What's that? Oh, Roger, he says it's kind of important. The world is coming to an end.
All right. Yes, sir, I'll get right up there and see what I can do. Come on, gang, we've got work to do. Let's scrabble.
That's scramble.
No need to shout.
One for all and all for one. The Eagles fly till the job is done.
Our plan is working. We're getting rid of all the airplanes in the world. Soon we'll land and the Earth will be ours.
Now, boys, we've got to find a way to stop these plane-eating monsters. Anyone have a suggestion?
How about we land and hide?
Roger, wait. Remember that time when Lompoc was under siege?
No, I can't say that.
But Dan remembered, and an old plan was put into operation.
Here comes the last 4 planes in the world. After we catch them, we will dominate the Earth.
Now, gang, let's get in there and finish the job. You boys free the captured pilots, and I'll settle with the robots. This proton energy pill will give me the strength of 20 atom bombs for a period of 20 seconds. That's just long enough to give you what for.
That's discouraging.
Roger Ramjet, you've saved the world from conquest, and you've freed all the captured flyers, too.
Don't forget, General, my faithful American Eagles helped a little bit, too.
Roger, the world salutes.
So once again, Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron have made this a safer world to live in, except for saluting. Today's ambiguous episode begins in a secret government office known simply as the Space Race Place, where General Malfunction is confronted with a problem.
Gentlemen, to stay ahead of our enemies in the space race, we've got to do something sensational. Any suggestions?
Yes. Why don't we put a space capsule into orbit?
Yes.
And then have a man get out of the capsule.
Yes.
And walk around in outer space.
That's it?
Well, yeah.
That's the entire suggestion?
Well, I thought it might be kind
The whole idea?
Yeah.
It's been done!
Say, what if we have the first man to ride a surfboard in outer space?
Surfboard? Edsel, you've done it again!
Oh, thank you, sir, but where will we find a guy to do a weird thing like that?
I know just the man to become America's first astronaut. Amici, put a call through on the hotline. Ramjet?
What?
Report to Cape Canaveral, Connecticut at once. We're sending you on a mission to outer space.
But, sir, I was just on my way to the opening of the Lompoc Music Festival. They want me to throw out the first violinist.
Never mind that. Your country calls.
And so Roger Ramjet prepared to take his place alongside other astronaut heroes as the first man to ride a surfboard in outer space.
Ramjet, we'll be in constant touch with you from our tracking stations all over the world.
Any final instructions, sir?
Yes, take good care of that equipment. That's a rented surfboard.
And in a few moments, the huge rocket carrying Roger Ramjet's space capsule slowly lifted from the launching pad and headed for its destination.
Perfect liftoff. In a short while, he'll be beyond the pull of gravity. and in outer space.
Hurt. Owie. Ooh. How's it going up there, Roger? Painfully. I seem to be bumping into things. Is your belt fastened? Oh, how foolish of me. Well, as long as I'm unattached, so to speak, I think I'll take my surfboard and get into space. Ramjet? Yes, General. I don't want to come in yet. It's beautiful out here. I love it, as a matter of fact. This is fun. Ramjet, yes, sir. You did hook up your safety line, didn't you? Yes, sir. I've got it attached right here to my waist. And the other end? Other end? Ramjet, you're in orbit. Is that anywhere near Malibu? You're floating in space. Your capsule has left you. There's no way for you to return to Earth. That's very discouraging, General.
And as Roger's capsule and Roger orbited eternally in outer space, the world reacted with near apathy. In Moscow, they said...
Roger who?
In Berlin, they said...
Roger who?
In China, they said...
Aha, the first Chinese astronaut, Roger Who.
But the situation grew hopelesser and hopelesser for Roger Ramjet as he continued to orbit the Earth. And then suddenly...
Marinated meteorites. It looks like a police roadblock.
This your space capsule?
Why, yes, but who are you?
Outer Space Patrol. Let's see your registration.
No, I must have left it in my other pants. Here's my air travel card.
Sorry, I'll have to give you a citation. No registration and playing in a no-surfing zone. Now get in this capsule and get out of here.
Ramjet, somehow you've done it again.
Well, thank you, General. It was nothing, really.
But tell me, how did you ever get back in your ship?
Well, it's a long story. You see, I was walking down the street.
And so ends another typical day in the life of America's superhero and all-around good guy, the one and only Roger Ramjet. This insurgent episode takes us south once more to the tiny Latin American republic of San Domino. Lovely San Domino. Symbol of peace and tranquility in a turbulent world. For the calm is broken only by an occasional revolution. An infrequent but orderly student demonstration. A gay, festive holiday. Or merely a lovely senorita out for an afternoon stroll.
Ay, querida!
Yeah. This thriving metropolis is nestled at the foot of Mount Cacahuates, an extinct volcano. That volcano is extinct, isn't it?
Oh, sure, it's extinct.
Then what's all that smoke?
Oh, that's just smoke. Ay, caramba! Cacahuates is erupting. Run for your life.
The crisis was brought to the attention of San Domino's Presidente, General Pancho La Panza, who immediately conferred with his cabinet.
Senor Cabinet, it's a bad scene. I better call the United States for help. It's all right, it's all right.
And later that day at American Eagle headquarters,
Ramjet, a volcano is threatening to destroy the capital of San Domino. They've asked for foreign aid, so I'm sending them you.
Thank you, General, but what shall I do?
You may have to help them evacuate.
Meanwhile, inside Mount Cacahuates, yes, I said inside that raging volcano, was the cause of it all. You think it was molten lava? Oh, not on your tacos.
Boy, this idea is working pretty good, I think so.
Shut up and keep stirring.
Yes, muchachos y muchachas, the volcano was filled with enchiladas. It was beef enchilada and his brother chicken, those two desperate desperados.
It's a smart trick if I say so myself.
See, we make the great big pot of chili in a mountain. That makes the smoke, huh?
And we got 50 guys playing bongos. That makes the rumble. Put them together, they spell mucho dinero for us.
So that was the plot. By making the people think the volcano was about to erupt, the enchiladas hoped that everyone would leave the city. And then, do you know what they planned to do?
Have lunch?
No, you idiot. Then we will move in with our band of bandidos and take over the whole government. Did you hoard me?
I hoard you.
Shut up.
But the bandits had reckoned without the all-American good guy and devil-may-care flying fool, Roger Ramjet.
Senor Presidente, I'm here at last.
Did you brought us some money?
No, just me.
Well, that's wonderful. Right, Senor Cabinet?
Close the door.
It's all right?
It's all right.
And so Roger decided to fly over the volcano to see just how dangerous the situation was.
Imagine his surprise when he found, instead of molten lava...
Enchiladas, eh? So that's their game, huh? Okay, General, here's where I bail out. I'll give those crooks an eruption they weren't counting on.
But the best laid plans of men and heroes often go astray. For a sudden gust of wind caught Ramjet's parachute, and he landed...
Right in the middle of the chili.
Really hot stuff, eh, Ramjet?
Oh, you enchiladas are pretty saucy, but now you're going to cool it.
And taking a proton energy pill, giving him the strength of you-know-what for you-know-how-long. Peace and quiet returned once more to lovely San Domino, thanks to the heroic efforts of that super gringo, Roger Ramjet. Today's hairy episode begins in the lovely town of Lompoc, pearl of the Occident, and home of that all-American superhero, Roger Ramjet. It's a typical day in Lompoc, where nothing ever happens and seldom does.
One thing about living in Lompoc, nothing ever happens here.
Yeah, nothing ever happens.
Suddenly, a horrible face appeared from behind a tree.
Say, what was that?
Nothing, just a werewolf.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, werewolf!
The word spread like wildfire. Soon the entire community was in an uproar. In the office of the mayor...
Mr. Mayor, there's a werewolf in Lompoc.
Nonsense. There's no such thing as a... werewolf!
And so it was that Roger Ramjet received an urgent phone call at American Eagle headquarters.
Hello? Hello, Your Honor. What's that? Oh, we must have a bad connection. It sounded like you said werewolf.
Did he say werewolf?
Yes, he said werewolf. And after the mayor explained the situation, Roger knew exactly what had to be done.
I've got to get an unlisted telephone number.
And so, in response to the mayor's urgent call for help, Roger Ramjet and the American Eagle Squadron arrived in Lompoc the very next day, where a cheering throng turned out to greet them.
Greetings, Roger Ramjet!
Hi, everyone. Your favorite son has returned.
Ramjet, thank heaven you're here. This fiendish monster is terrorizing our people.
Never fear, Your Honor. We'll find him. We're going to comb the countryside.
Yeah, we can start by looking in the brush.
And as the search began to track down the ghastly, horrifying, terrible werewolf of Lompoc, the trail led to an old deserted house.
Actually, boys, I'm just humoring the mayor. We all know werewolves don't exist.
Yes, Roger, you know it, and we know it, but...
But somebody must have forgot to tell that werewolf.
Come on, gang, let's go in and capture him.
Don't you think we should phone first? It's impolite just to drop in.
But despite Roger's sudden attack of etiquette, the Eagle Squadron entered the mysterious house.
Follow me, boys. We have to watch our step.
Wait, Roger, that door is opening.
Oh, don't be silly. There's nothing in there. See what I mean? Laminated landing gears! Did you see what I saw?
Look out, Roger.
Stand back, boys. I'll face him man to wolf.
Thanks a lot, stranger. You saved my life.
You mean you're not a werewolf?
Heck, I don't even belong to the Elks. I'm a prospector, name of Dutch Lostman.
But why were you growling and scaring everyone?
Sure, sorry about that. I traded an Indian 2 aardvark pelts for some homemade peanut brittle. But when I took a bite, my bridge work got stuck. Then when I tried to talk, it sounded like this.
But how did I help you?
When you slammed that there door in my face, you knocked it loose. I sure appreciate it, too. Here, Sonny, have some homemade peanut brittle.
Don't mind if I do.
What's the matter, Roger? Oh, boy, now Roger's teeth are stuck.
Want me to slam a door in his face?
No, we better fly him to the dentist right away.
And so, bidding goodbye to the grateful Lompocians, Roger and his companions blasted off into the blue.
Don't worry, Roger. We'll be home in no time.
And so the mystery of the werewolf of Lompoc was solved, thanks to the heroic efforts of Roger Ramjet, the American Eagle Squadron, and the American Dental Association.
When Ramjet takes a proton pill,
nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to this station. So come and join us, all you kids, for lots of fun and laughter, as Roger Ramjet and his men get all the crooks they're after. Roger Ramjet, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned